was born and bred in Mamelodi D5, Mamelodi West. I went to such schools as Reference Higher Primary. I went to Tabutluku, which is now Dr. Ribeiro, lower primary. But they don't call them lower primary. They combine them now, with this new. It's very symbolic of where I come from.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sweating where I come from. I'm very physical as well. I'm a physical actor. One of my majors was actors movement. It's like your choreography and dance and I'm the kind of actor who did all of those. That's why you'll never see me boring. Lines. I'm physical and I physicalize my scenes.
And you no longer qualify for Mali lines.
No, but let me tell you also, I got injured a couple of times from some of my own stunts. Recently, was Kim Sam. Last year, when I fell out of an oncoming car, if you remember that scene.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And then I dived and tumbled. You guys didn't see the tumble. But I got closer. I broke I can't remember the name of that little bone. My shoulder was dislocated.
Late night lights in the studio glow. Dreams on the mic, ready to go. From a small idea to a powerful sound. Noko Entertainment turning voices around.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mohale Happy, and you are now tuned in to Noko FM. So now I'm with the biggest actor. Like every time you look at too much Kim Sam, you inspire me. Like even the accent that you're using when you're acting, like I like that. So can you please introduce yourself and what are you? What do you do?
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for snatching me. It is all outplayed, but it's by God's grace that we are here. And I'm very excited to be here, even though I had other things to do. So I came a little late, but I got at least the end bit of Dr. Ngobo and Dr. Lina Ngobo, my favorite people. Yeah, my name is Macks Senatla, Saga Papo, otherwise affectionately known as yours truly, Macks Papo, Marothi Maphuthoma from Skim Sami. So I'm sure you are happy that he's back now. And you are realizing I'm saying he, because I play him.
Yeah.
It's not me.
That's not you.
Yeah, I play that character. I like to believe that I play him well, that even if it's a 2.5 years, sometime I was gone, but people reminded me, you are Marothi Maphuthoma.
Yeah.
I love that. I want to thank them for that, their love.
And since you really like it seems like Tomo Rata's Kim Sam.
I know people.
Yeah. Tomo Wela Moso. So, what was your journey through all the way? Like, how did you get to where you are right now?
It's a long journey. It's a long journey of 40 years. I've been in the industry for 40 years.
Yeah, and
a lot of people don't know that until I tell them. I don't look that, thanks to my people's genes. Good genes. And if I were to tell you, I don't know if I want to tell this station how exactly old I am, but if I were to tell you, you're going to fall off that chair, how old I am.
I don't think I'll believe.
So I'm an ancient soul with a very young spirit. I'm an old man with a swag. That's what I am. So the journey has been absolutely fantastically challenging and of course empowering. It was also growing one, developing one along the way. It has never been like a bed of roses, because it can never be. So if I were to tell the young budding ones out there what it takes to make it to where I am, and believe you me, it wasn't that easy. But it was glamorous. It was glitzy.
Yes.
But there's a whole lot of sweat and toil, hard work, and serious grinding behind the scenes. Even sometimes tears of serious sadness and disappointment, of rejection. But there's also tears of joy when you get recognized and loved like Marothi is. And Marothi actually jumped on the bandwagon, yeah. Ivan Chinawa from Rhythm City, if you remember.
Yes, Rhythm City.
5 years of that.
I love that show even. I just Muvango also.
Okay, Muvango, I was very honored to be invited to come and play Madi Major. And somehow people don't know, my grandfather, my maternal grandfather was Madi Major. May his beautiful, very strict soul rest in eternal and powerful peace. he was a man who taught me a whole lot of things I know about wisdom and about life. He taught me how to take care, taught me hygiene, taught me how to actually wash. He taught me how to take care of cars. My car today is as old as over 20 years, but it still runs like a baby I bought 5 years ago.
Wow.
Because my father, my grandfather, Madi Major. So it was very spiritual and very existential fun to play Madi Major that I played for at least 3 months. Go Mubango. And of course it was rounding off. They told me they are rounding off. They obviously wanted to round off that whole thing, yeah. Leleti Kumalo was going overseas to take a break. Then she went and took a break with me. When she came back alone. And they were beginning to have problems, South Swalla show. And then I wasn't part of the closure. And I'm glad I wasn't. Because when things close, in a manner that Mubango closed, somehow they might close your career.
Your career might just even
absolutely. Symbolically for me now, I was saved from there because as you can see me. So they always direct those things. They manage my affairs. They manage my career. And today I just yield and surrender. But I believe in the power of the prayer. That's why you will see me in spaces such as this. Otherwise, why would somebody who's a spiritualist that I am then come here? I wouldn't be expecting here. And obviously but let me tell you, one day I'm told the topic that I broached Livy, music, the coordinator of this whole thing, with this company, is that I need to talk about the power of prayer as well as the spiritual world that I'm part of, how they can both intersect in order to promote spiritual unity with diversity. And that we'll talk about some other time. So to round off that question, because I am so used to interviews. I'm actually the interviewer's pleasure because I preempt your questions. I know the typical questions you're going to ask. So I give you a whole speech, but because this is an interview, I will go as far as here, go to Ella, but I know what next question you're going to ask. So it's okay. Let me round off that last question and say to you, it takes a lot of hard work. And I know where I come from. Hard work never killed a man. Therefore, hard work and hard work ethic has been my mantra, because I always tell the young ones, it's not about glamour and glitz and about fame. And in this country, it becomes a bit of a joke because fame without fortune, and you end up with famous people dying as paupers. It's laughable and very sad too. So I'm saying, in order for youngsters to avoid all that demise, all that misfortune, they need to be prepared to work harder than actually the expectation. When you're expected to give in 100%, be prepared to give double that, if not triple that. I've been going on with that for as many years. And some of the fortunes that should have come with my hard work have been actually deferred. It's like trip deferred, but they were postponed for me to spiritually ripen and spiritually develop to the levels I am now so that I can handle them. Because they were naturally talented, for as long as I can remember. I was once warned, your talent is actually going to destroy you because it's too attractive, and you'll attract even some of the forces that will destroy you. And therefore, when there's small toys and those wonderful expensive things that some of my colleagues actually then you be seen with, flashy cars, those wonderful houses and that, which later get repossessed, I was saved from that. When I was, like everybody else, married with a whole big house a mansion and everything. Because that was not part of my journey. Even that was taken away from me. But I didn't lose it. We sold beautifully our house.
Yes.
And we wrapped up and settled that beautiful, what would have been and what should have been a beautiful marriage in the most constructive of ways. I still have my children who are doing very well from that marriage. So there's always, something good that comes out of the bad. Somebody might look at it as the bad. So, but then coming and bringing it back to relevance to your question is that, guys, be prepared for all of this. Sometimes in this whole journey, you're going to lose some of that flesh, the fleshy stuff.
Yes.
And let that not define you. Because if you are talented enough, and profoundly so, your talent will always save you. Let me give it back to you.
They'll never ever take your talent.
No.
Never.
No, sir.
You're born with it.
You are born, especially when it's a calling.
Yes.
In my case, it is a calling. Therefore, you stay with it and until you die with it.
Yes.
But I'm teaching the young ones now because I can simply the towel about the move. What's going on? Like what Betty Batlare. Jolly keep busy ruta the towel industry. After 40 years of this experience in the industry. And a little bit over 40 years as a matter of fact. But I treat it as 40 years. You can safely and officially call me legend. I don't claim it now.
You're obviously my legend.
I've ended.
I wanted to be like you.
I have ended.
Yes. So, your accent says a lot. This person, academically, he was excellent.
Well, let me tell you something about that bit of the accent.
Yes.
I don't even call it accent. It's an idiolect. It's an idiolect. It's my personal international accent. I've traveled. I've been exposed to the world.
Yeah.
I have what I then call international accent because I can flexibly go everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes, we can go to Nigeria now.
Okay.
Yes, let's go to Nigeria and come back and go to America and start trying like the Americans do. You know what I'm saying?
I know it.
You know what I'm saying?
I know it.
You dig? And then come back to Africa and speak that very Polish, very academic and eloquent, but English that is African with that accent. And it's not just an accent, it's not an accent, it's an accent. It's got that sound to it.
There's also a South African accent.
It's African.
We need the South African one.
Why is it behind? South African accent, right? We just talk, man. And then we don't just talk. We pick up all these new English words because there are such things as new Englishes. New Englishes. And I'm a very serious fan and a proponent of that. Because at Vets, where I graduated with an honors degree in dramatic art, I did new Englishes. I did English as a second language.
Yes.
Yeah, it was one of my subjects which I got with a B+. And I also did German. I did German at high school level in America when I was an exchange student back in 84, 85. I graduated in 1985 in America, Columbus North, in Columbus, Indiana State. I was very lucky to be there for a whole year, but I traveled 17 states. So Americans said, man, you're lucky to be in America for just a year, and you've been to 17 states. I've been here for 50 years, and I've been to 5 states. You're lucky, man. I said, no, I ain't lucky. I am luck.
You are luck.
I'm luck itself, or herself.
Yes.
I'm an embodiment and a paragon of perfection about luck. That's what I am. And I like to demonstrate my firm grip of the Queen's language. Because I used to study it through even a dictionary. I used to study a dictionary when I was back in high school and higher primary school. I loved English so much that I would take time to read it like a Bible. A dictionary, the Oxford Dictionary. So I used to learn 10 words a day. And then every time given an opportunity to try to use some of those new words, like if I were to like just brag right now and demonstrate some of the old words I learned.
Yeah.
What is locusta padalena? It's Latin, but I studied it like I was studying as I was reading English.
Yeah.
It's a locust. Locusta padalena. I used to debate at high school. I used to debate at higher primary school back in Mamelodi. I'm a proud Mamelodian. I am I was born and bred in Mamelodi D5, Mamelodi West. I went to such schools as Rifenja Higher Primary. I went to Chabutuku, which is now Dr. Ribeiro, lower primary. But they don't call them lower primary. They combine them now, with this new, syllabus.
Yes.
So I used to study, and there was a teacher. I want to give him gratitude. May his soul rest in peace. Teacher Koza. Mr. Koza was amazing. He taught us grammar. He taught us sentence structures. He taught us how not to say he come. No, he comes. It does, and not it do. I hear people, even academics, still making very common mistakes in terms of this little, discipline that is contains and prefixes. Those things were very fundamentally basic, but they were important foundation of English. And this is how we were taught. I'm a product, and a proud one at that, product of Bantu education, which took me all the way to America, and I beat them there at their own system. I came out cum laude. I came out as part of the top 5 of my class. I came with a golden tassel. I graduated from their high school, which is grade 12, equivalent to my matric then. Right? With a distinction. And then I come back here. I took a year break in 1985-86. 1987, I joined your University of Witwatersrand, run then we used to call it. It is still University of Witwatersrand, but it is popularly known as Wits. And then I do my 5 years there. The first year of which was education, to get credit, because I was late for drama school. They called it SODA, School of Dramatic Art. And then I was late for their auditions, so I couldn't be accepted. But they say, go on with your other courses and then come back in time for next year and start afresh. So, but I came with 2 credits from my first year of education. From the bachelor's, your faculty of arts. I was, obviously, dramatic art is part of the faculty of arts. So I spent 5 years, 5 good years at VET, out of which I came out with, or I graduated with a dramatic art degree with honors, and then a high diploma in what was called direct cinema. And that was my foundation. I never had to produce those things ever again. When you go to auditions, no one is going to ask you, so, let's see your papers. No, it is the talent that speaks, and it will speak volumes if it's got foundational, academic foundation and structure to it. You understand? So in a nutshell, that is also rounding off very comprehensively your question hour. What does it take? It takes all of that and more. You guys.
And you have to sweat. I don't know how come Mohale.
I'm gonna get sweater literally right now. In fact, it's very symbolic of where I come from. There's a lot of sweating where I come from. I'm very physical as well. I'm a physical actor. Baba Nchiba, one of my majors was actors movement. It's like your choreography and dance and I'm the kind of actor who did all of those. That's why you'll never see me boring. Lines. I'm physical and I physicalize my scenes.
And you no longer qualify where money lines.
No, but let me tell you also, I got injured a couple of times from some of my own stunts. Recently, was Kim Sam. Last year, when I fell out of an oncoming car, if you remember that scene.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And then I dived and tumbled. You guys didn't see the tumble. But I got closer. I broke I can't remember the name of that little bone. My shoulder was dislocated.
Oh.
And because they wasted time taking me to the hospital, I only went to the hospital the following day. They could have, whilst it was still warm and hot, they could have just popped it back in. But it took me a lot of therapy and that. And which, man, the end result of which was they can't even operate it. So I'm gonna get some money for it. You know, Mudimu Pasakadizila, nobody about Lakadizila Zeri.
Ba re Modimo a re fela ka
I think it's all, yeah, so but maybe it's a workman compensation.
Yeah.
They don't patel, but of course I won't say how much. I don't know yet. Yeah, maybe I might just buy something fresh.
Something.
This one, so the journeys are never the same.
They'll never be.
Mudimu o emisa sometimes and kaspedirer motloga leeto ga lena motloga pele. Some young men might have had an overnight sensational success which they could not later then sustain because they were not wise enough or experienced enough to maintain and sustain it all, because it takes a lot of hard work to sustain, manage, and of course, you know, not only just manage, but you need to continually hone and harness this whole thing called talent. It's a whole business. You have to be able to manage it very, very wisely. I like using the word, but it's also you have to manage it cunningly, like a businessman. It is business. It's a serious business.
So, you said you went internationally.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so there are other students who want to be like you, who want
Yes.
to end up being like you.
Yes.
So, like, okay, but we are about to close the show right now.
Yes.
So, can you just give them an advice, not like you say,
Yeah.
about being international,
Correct.
coming back to South Africa?
Correct.
What are the things that they are going to experience in there? Maybe
Yes.
you can share some of them.
Let me tell you how international I became. I was still a theater actor because obviously that's where the grounding starts. The discipline lies right there.
Yes.
I was poached. Was it poached? That word is not right. I was recruited, and there's a word called headhunting. I was headhunted by a very prolific company, very exciting company at the time when I was still in my third year, and they saw me in a production called The Horse, and I was playing the actual horse itself, and then they liked me because I was my kind of style and talent was aligned to their style. I remember Theatre for Africa. Every actor, young and old, wanted to work for that company.
Yeah.
And what happened? I was recruited, and in my fourth year, when I was finished my fourth, I was in a production, a pantomime called The African Cinderella. I played the Prince Charming. So I went, after that, they then recruited me to go full-time with them. Obviously, I was already recruited from that production. Yeah, the pantomime, The African Cinderella. And then I went overseas with them for the first time after I had been back as an exchange student. Well, I understand I had not been outside the country other than Namibia and places like those, and Mozambique and that. Now I got a chance to go again now, serious overseas. I went, the first one was an international arts festival in Singapore and Hong Kong. These are festivals.
Yeah.
Then I came back, I went to London, I went to Cambridge. In Cambridge, it's in England.
Yes.
I went to a festival there. After that, we then went to in Scotland. There's a thing, Atterbury, not Atterbury. There's a very famous international arts festival. I'll remember the name right now because that was a while ago. That's 1992.
Wow.
1992. And whilst I was in 1992, around, I'm just summarizing now,
Yeah.
around October, I get whisked away from a production I was in at the Windy Brow Theatre, which was part of what was then called the Performing Arts Council, PACT, in Pretoria, which is what is now called the South African State Theatre.
Oh, yeah.
I was in your Maru. If you remember Maru, remember that novel,
Oh,
Maru,
yes,
and it was prescribed for schools.
Yes.
And then the history of that play was that it was adapted by his soul rest in peace, that Walter Chake. He adapted it and wrote a script, which became a thing now. From then on, that book was prescribed for schools, and then we would then do theater in education, Kayo. Yeah, and I played Mulika, who was a friend to Maru. Maru was played by Peter Sipuma, who was Miles Villagasi, go Rhythm City. And we're friends, still friends to this day. Yeah, so I'm just saying, it takes a lot, and then I've since done a whole lot of theater. And after the theater, after a goalie just took me away, whisked me away.
I like that one.
I was there for 15 years.
Yes.
And then I started after 15 years. Got a break. It's a contract.
Yeah.
I took a break before I joined Rhythm City, where I was given 5 years of opportunity to play that iconic role, the Ivan Chinawa.
Yeah.
And Ivan Chinawa, and then I went to Sibaya for 10 months, almost a year, to play Brigadier Chaba, who was iconic there again. And then I came back and tell somebody else, in something which was a series. It wasn't a telenovela, it wasn't a soap. Because obviously I wanted to break this thing out. People think that you're a soap actor.
Yeah.
Every now and then, I am telling the youngsters, take a break from your soapy or comfort zone and go and do theater so that you can go and refresh the basics and come back.
So that you can have more experience.
Absolutely. So that you stay relevant. And that is why I was never a victim of overexposure. Because back in my day, there was something called overexposure.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be everywhere. I always say I never prostituted myself around TV channels, anything. But I did them all. I crossed the floors. I did them all. I did your E. I did your DSTV, your Mnet.
Yeah.
Like I did all of that. I did your Mzansi. I did SABC. I'm still doing SABC One. And which better channel to be than SABC One?
So I still even see you like even though.
Thank you so much.
But still, we still have the same love that we had.
I'll tell you why I every now and then leave.
Yeah.
I can never allow myself to be stagnant and be too comfortable in a role. I challenge myself. I'm behind the scenes now.
Yeah.
I am a producer now. I'm also a casting director, but I'm also going to be undergoing a course. Multicam directing. Skim Sam is gonna train me as a director. One of these days, you'll see me directing Skim Sam. Wouldn't that be interesting?
We will love it. But we love to see you on the screen.
No, of course, I love my character.
We want you on the screen.
I can't be in front of the camera forever.
Do you like you there? That's what we like you.
I love being there myself. I like to go behind the camera as well and go direct. That's where it's not just the power, but it is where the serious passion and the Vuma is. Because I have directed theater for many years. I have directed industrial theater on a corporate level for 10 years, for over 10 years. And so I have a great idea of how to direct. I've got that eye, that creative eye.
Which means you technically qualify.
Yeah, I was also trained as a director at Egoli, which was obviously produced and run by Franz Maxwell's at the time.
Okay, so in short, can you at least give them an advice so that you can close the show? In short.
Well, a lot of the advice was from what I said, but it is to knuckle down, work hard, and make friends with hard work. Because through that, you can be proud to say, this is mine. It was never lent to me. I never borrowed it from anybody. Nobody did me a favor. Nobody gave me handouts. I worked hard for it. So work hard. Be prepared to work hard and work on your not only just your characters, but work on your talent. Harness it, make it make it fine and fine tune it, given any time to go for workshops, and then have the spirit of teachability.
Okay,
So that you can be flexible, bendable, and be relevant like I still am today. I still teach, I still get taught, and I teach at the same time. I have the spirit of teachability. So even young men can direct me. I'm as humble as that.
I'll never direct you. You have to direct me.
Well, you're going to have a tough time directing me, but I will be directed by you in the end. And the credit will go to you because finally, the director's word is final.
Yeah.
And that's how we finalize this thing. It's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for having me, sir.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure to be in your space.
Late night lights in the studio glow. Dreams on the mic, ready to go. From a small idea to a powerful sound.